Hello, everybody, and welcome to our last episode of Entertaining with Tea. I'm really excited about our guests today. Well, I'm excited about all our guests. We always have some really fabulous and really interesting, ideas that are always presented. But I'm particularly excited for our first guest today because if you guys have been following for the last few weeks that we've been doing Entertaining with Tea, we had somebody on who was watching or had logged in from Kenya, Victor. And Victor and I messaged, and we discovered that Victor works for Kericho Gold, which happens to be the distributor in Canada happens to be one of our members. So we said to Victor, "Come onto the show." And Zimzelabin, that's how quickly we managed to change our agendas and get a whole new person and a whole new face onto Entertaining with Tea, and not just a whole new face and a whole new person, but all the way on the other side of the planet. So with that, I am just going to go ahead and make the introduction to Victor before I add him onto my screen. Victor Ambeva is a tea taster, auction buyer, and trading executive at Global Tea and Commodities Kenya Limited, with 15 years of experience in the industry. Growing up on a small-scale tea farm in Western Kenya ignited Victor's passion for tea, which flourished after an unexpected start as a tea broker. Global Tea and Commodities is affiliated to Kenya's leading tea brand, Kericho Gold, which is currently available in over 50 countries worldwide, including Canada. The Mombasa Tea Auction remains the world's largest auction center for black tea, with over 550 million kilograms sold so far this year. So, hello, Victor.
Hello. Hi, Shabnam. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so excited to see your face and to meet you in person.
Thank you very much.
For you making the reach out to us to do this. I'm very, very excited to have you on. And hello to your team there in Kenya. I see. Hello. Hi. Hello, Canada. I'm gonna show you Canada right now.
Awesome.
Snow.
Yo, snowing.
Yes. It is. We've
Quite
got
different from here.
Yes, indeed it is. It is snowing. Yes. And it's terribly cold here. So, Victor, you have some really exciting things to share with us today. So yes, I'm just going to pass this over to you.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the kind words and the introduction. Indeed, it's a pleasure to be here and to be a part of this global community of tea. Tea is a very passionate subject of mine. It's where I make a livelihood, and it's such an important thing to share all these joys in all the cups of tea that we have worldwide. And so thank you so much for doing this. You're a true ambassador, as it is, for the tea world and the tea industry. So without much further ado, I had to come up with the three various recipes. I know we're now in the festive cheer. We're all gearing up for the holidays. And so thinking about it and wondering what then we would ordinarily have, I came up with three forms of tea that all of you would know, and something that you can easily whip up at home. I have some black tea, some hibiscus tea, and also some green tea, all of which
wonderful.
Found here in Kenya, sustainably grown within our highland farms, and picked to the very best selection to suit the world market.
Wonderful. Well, I'm really excited, and as I said, we do this all the time, and for me always, one of the things that I talk about with our members, with consumers, with anybody who will listen to me is, it's important if you're a tea drinker to understand where your tea comes from and to connect back to the source. So for you to be able to do this for us directly from Kenya is, I think, a treat and exciting for everybody. So go ahead and start away with your mixtures.
So thank you. So the first one is hibiscus, which I'm sure many of you love at home. Just the dried petals of hibiscus that are there.
Yeah.
And I took a little bit of whatever that I had, and I already made the infusion because, yes, 15 minutes, I could do it live as we go.
Yeah.
But the type of color that we have, hibiscus has so many health benefits in terms of it's supposed to be able to be helpful towards blood generation. It's soothing, it's relaxing, and even when you're at home with your family, you can have it as a cold drink. You can have it with something hot and enjoy it with your friends and family. You can make any manner of cocktail with it. I usually love to do it with a bit of strawberry in our tea bag range, and so it's something that you'll enjoy. So I'll just mix it up, whatever that we have here. And as you can see, sorry if you can see this, we have very nice bright red color. Yeah. And it's a bit warm now, but you can have it cold, you can have it hot, however that you so wish. And to spice it up a little, what I did was to look for a little bit of just some mango cuts that will add, yes. So we do have a lot of infusions and ranges that we provide within our range from Kericho Gold. And so the mango cuts brings that acidic taste, sort of something that will just stick in your mouthful. And I'll also add a little bit of the rose petals, which comes out something with this. As you pour it in, it might look a bit too busy, but you can sieve it out, and it's good to go. So it's one of those things that you can enjoy as you have your friends over for the holidays, as you come out from a walk or something and enjoy it with your friends and family.
Wonderful. So hibiscus is such a good choice for this time of year because of that bright red, right? Correct. It definitely brings out the festive cheer in all of us. I think it does.
Everyone, definitely wants to go within the season and the times. It's not only your apparels and attire that can be red, but also your choice of beverage as well. So
excellent. Okay.
Yes.
So, what's your second one?
My second drink is green tea. We have different varieties of green tea that we grow within Kenya. From specialty Orthodox type of teas, ranging from the different grades that you'll be aware of. We also have CTC grade, that is Kate and Kal teas within the green range. Most of our factories have started growing or manufacturing and processing green tea within our specialty range. As you know, Kenya is mostly renowned for the black CTC, but we are trying to step into what the different world producers in the world are able to offer.
And you know what? I think that's a message everybody needs to understand and hear. You're absolutely right. Kenya is primarily known for its black CTC, but Kenya produces some beautiful Orthodox black, white teas, green teas, botanicals, everything.
Yes. And so I know a lot of times the different comment we get is that it's a bit astringent in terms of the mouthfeel, and as opposed to the type of green tea that you will find in places like China, Japan, and whatnot. But it's an acquired palate which I think is growing, and we as ambassadors of our own homegrown tea would want people to try it at home. And there's various ways in terms of what I was able to put it. For me, I was wondering, so what would be something that I would like to have it in? And I love turmeric for some reason, and so I'm gonna make my green tea. Add a little bit of turmeric. This time I'll put it inside the jug. So I have a little bowl. Just mix not much about it. Just a bit of turmeric that we get. We also source locally processed turmeric. For those who at home can probably try and source either in the shops, in the markets, and be able to add on to their tea. And then I also did a little bit of ginger. Now, ginger is a very big staple for Kenyans, especially when it comes to their beverage of choice. Basically, because it's our common belief that it helps very much in terms of eradicating flus and colds, and also is a big antioxidant and helps with your immunity system.
So good for you.
Yes. So add a little bit of ginger cuts that we have. stir it up a little, and it gives you this bright sort of mixture and color with all these things. There's something that we commonly drink here in Kenya, although we call it dawa. So dawa is Swahili for medicine.
Okay.
And it's a very common staple amongst most of the folks here. And it helps quite a bit in terms of clearing your throat and helping you with a hoarse day. And especially for those who are going to have a very heavy Christmas celebration time, it's a good recipe in the morning.
Yeah. It's, I say this all the time, in the holidays, more is more. We're celebrating, we're being decadent, but it's not a bad idea to, balance that a little bit with some goodness. Yeah.
So you can certainly do whatever that you have. If it's sugar, if it's honey, if it's your sweetener. And it's a festive cheer. And cheers to everyone who's watching and enjoying this. You can enjoy this at home. You can find our green tea range even when you order through our distributors, as you said, your affiliate Asilia, available in stores in Canada and North America and other parts of Europe. So yes, it's a refreshing drink, one that you enjoy.
Wonderful. Okay.
And it has a kick to it. It's very nice.
Nice. Okay. And you have one more for us.
Yes, I do. So last but not least is definitely a specialty of black tea.
Yep.
The black CTC that we can have either in loose form or in tea bag form. CTC right now, Kenya, over the last year, we produced close to about 550 million kilos. Yeah. So that is supporting both small-scale farmers and large-scale farmers. And imagine the number of lives that it impacts who are able to generate a livelihood in their farms and be able to take their children to school through their tea farms, as I said. And, it's something that is quite dear to us. So this CTC tea is high-grown from our Northern Highlands and is able to have different sort of attributes in terms of the aroma, the color, as you can see, the taste profile. So yes, so I'll add a little bit of the lemon peel again. We love our lemon.
Yes, me too.
Lemon, and I'll add a little bit of the ginger cuts as well.
Okay.
Last but not least, we have a little bit of botanicals, and this is safflower. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep, I can see it, the orange.
Yes, just add a little bit of your color and give you that sort of festive cheer to it. So stir it up a little again. And you'll be able to have pretty looking...
Gorgeous.
Yes. And your end result, as you can see, a very deep golden cup. I don't think that the camera will do as much justice, but the cup and the color is absolutely fantastic. And will definitely be your first beverage of choice every time you wake up during this festive season.
It's so for those of you watching, Kenyan black teas are really rich, robust. They have like a sweet creaminess to them. They're really nice and full-bodied. And if you like to add things to your tea, if you like a little bit of milk or a little bit of honey, or if you want to blend it with, all of the lovely things that Victor suggested, Kenyan teas are definitely your teas of choice because they've got enough flavor that they can carry those other things and still taste the tea. So definitely a tea of choice.
Yes.
So definitely. Victor, I can't let the opportunity go by without letting everybody who's watching have you explain where you are, because I know what's behind you. So tell everybody where you are.
So basically, this is like how do you call it? This is a tea taster's mecca. This is our holy grail. This is our tea sampling room. I don't know if you can see much about it, but we have our tasting cups. You have our tea samples all over the place. And on an ordinary day, would definitely be having up to hundreds and hundreds of tea samples that are coming from different producers, different places that we're able to taste, profile, because we hold our auction on a weekly basis. And so all these samples are tasted and we're able to buy them off the auction for purposes of re-export to various markets all over the world. We as Global Tea, where I'm standing now, are proud to be the second largest export buyer within the auction market. And we do a lot of bulk tea and as well as value-added foam tea, both in private label and within our own brand. So, yes.
Wonderful. Great.
It's a pleasure to have you all here.
It's a treat because, as I said before, connecting people and helping them understand what happens before the tea gets here. It's a treat for people to see. It's been such a pleasure to have you on, Victor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to be in Kenya in March.
You're most welcome. Please do call on us. Come by. We're more than happy to have you and come and taste.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that. I'll message you. I'll message you separately and let you know what my dates are in Kenya. I'll be in Kenya and Malawi in March. Okay, so we'll definitely say hello in person.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Raise my cup and happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too and all the viewers who are watching. Thank you.
And to everybody else who's there in the room.
Yes. It's now a little past 8 p.m. so everyone took off.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I say asante.
Karibu sana. Thank you.
Asante. Bye.
Well done.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, what a treat. All right. Well, that was really unexpected. And you know what? You got to be willing to go with the flow. And hats off to Victor, who, when, I messaged him and said, hey, do you want to come on? He immediately said, yes, absolutely. So there you go. And that fundamentally is really what I say all the time about all of our guests who are here. It's a sincere thanks from me and Addie, whether it's Entertaining with Tea or ICE TV, is that our members and this tea community in general, it's not just our members, when we put an ask out, they always come from a place of yes. And coming from a place of yes is a good thing. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. It's not a good thing to lose your voice before the holidays. All right, I'm going to move on to our next guest, who is a regular. You all know him, and a guest who really identifies with, I think, my holiday philosophy of more is more. Christian Sauve discovered the wonderful world of teas at the age of 8. He's been with Transherb for 25 years, and as Vice President, Innovation, and a proud 4 O'Clock brand ambassador, Christian has collaborated with the R&D for the amazing and unique blends of 4 O'Clock. But I also can tell you that Christian is a fellow foodie and loves to experiment with cooking and tea and all kinds of yummy stuff. Hi, Christian. Hello.
Hi.
Are you there?
I cannot hear.
I can hear you. Ooh, okay.
I cannot hear.
Okay, we've got a technical problem here. I don't know what to say. I can hear you, Christian. Hello?
Oh, jeez.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No.
Okay. Maybe you go out and come back. Yes, okay. Somebody just disconnected and came back. Okay, so you know what? While Christian sorts out his technical issues over there, I'm going to share with you, I think, I have lots of favorite recipes, but a good martini can never go wrong. So here's an Earl Grey martini to get you inspired. just a couple of boozy treats to get you in the holiday mood. I think we've got Christian back. Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Christian? Ah, wonderful. All right. So we were together just yesterday here in Toronto.
Yes, long time no see. Sorry
Long
about
time
that.
no
There's
see.
been a bit of snow this morning in Montreal. It causes some electronic glitch, so I'm really sorry.
It's fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it. We do live all the time. We know how this works, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So it's wonderful. Thank you for getting back to Montreal so quickly, so that you can share some yumminess. What you missed, what I said to everybody as I was introducing you, was that you're a guest who shares my deep philosophy during the holidays, which is more is more is more is more, right?
Indeed.
Okay, so I know you've got some yummies, so I'm going to hand it over to you.
Sure. Well, first of all, before I talk about the recipes, I'd like to speak about food pairing. Food
Okay.
pairing is very complex and it's very interesting because it's endless. And food pairing can really be divided, and you'll see where I'm going, can be divided in two categories. There's food pairing that's more like symbiotic, based on similarities between the ingredients, the notes. And there's food pairing that is more based on opposites, so complementary. So today I will be making a recipe for each one of this type of food pairing.
Okay.
So the first one is a tempura style shrimp with a sweet and sour glaze using our 4 o'clock jasmine green tea. I've been wanted to play with jasmine tea for a long time, iced tea with fish. I didn't know exactly what to do, and it just came to me that the floral delivery of the jasmine tea with the sweet and sour sauce is just amazing.
Okay.
So
I
we
look forward to it.
start obviously with what I call the 4 o'clock glaze. So it's basically steeping 3 tea bags of jasmine green tea for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Then you remove the tea bags. You pour that in a saucepan and you add some vinegar, honey, ketchup, ginger, garlic as well.
Yeah.
The recipe will be detailed on the website.
Yeah,
Don't
we have
worry.
the recipes.
All the quantities will be
Yes,
explained.
we have all of that. Yes.
Yeah. And so you bring to a boil. Then at the very end, you add some cornstarch so it thickens the sauce. Okay. So once this is done, you set aside, and comes the time to prepare the shrimp. Now, tempura batter is not complex, but a bit messy. So what I've discovered is using cornstarch. So you basically pat dry your shrimp, make sure it's super dry.
Okay.
Then you dip the shrimp in cornstarch with salt and pepper. Okay.
Yep.
Then you cook it till it's cooked, obviously. With vegetable oil, I like to use avocado oil or grapeseed. As you know, Shabnam, these two oils can tolerate very high temperatures.
High temps, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, because we're not on Food Network, I had to do all the prep before. So it's very easy. It has to be easy, for appetizers, guests. So once the shrimp is cooked, you skewer the shrimp on a bamboo stick. Okay. On a pineapple, because sweet and sour pineapple.
Okay.
All together. Okay.
Oh, delicious.
And then.
And it stands up then.
Yes, exactly.
This is what I mean by more is more.
Exactly. And by the way, this sweet and sour sauce, Shabnam, you can use, I'm using it today with shrimp, but you could basically use it with chicken.
Vegetables,
yeah. Tofu, why not?
Tofu, yeah. Tofu, tempeh, yeah. Anything that, no, absolutely.
So you basically brush
it on.
Slightly.
Oh, delicious.
Okay.
Delicious. I've never cooked savory with jasmine tea, I don't think. No, that's not true. I've done gravlax with it, but I've never done a sauce with it. I'm going to have to try this.
A little bit of sesame.
Gorgeous.
A little bit of green onion.
Yum.
Et voila.
Et voilà.
Jasmine.
Magnifique.
So this is the complementary food pairing.
Yes.
So you have the floral with the sweet and sour.
Yes.
It's really a nice equilibrium, I'd say.
Okay. Great. Okay.
The
Wonderful.
second one, we were in Asia. Now we're going closer to the Middle East.
Okay.
The next one is really nice too. It's using a glaze as well. It's actually lamb meatballs
Yes.
with rooibos, 4 o'clock rooibos chai glaze.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
So
Yeah.
of course you start with the meat. So
Mhm.
it's basically ground lamb.
Mhm.
You have 1 egg, you have some garlic, onion, cumin, breadcrumbs, you have cinnamon, coriander. I especially like to heat the spices a bit, like the cinnamon stick, the coriander, and the cumin
Right.
in a skillet.
Yeah.
It releases the essential oil. It seems like more,
Yeah. It's how Southeast Asians cook with spices, right? It's just
yeah,
to bring out the aromas and the oils.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well put. And then you mix the mixture, of course.
Okay.
You make small meatballs. You cook at 385 in the oven, I'd say
Okay.
for 18, 20 minutes. You don't want to
Okay.
overcook it, but you don't
Mhm.
want to undercook it, obviously.
Mhm.
So you make really nice little meatballs. So it's basically the same principle.
Okay.
You skewer a meatball. Oh, I forgot. Before that, on the plate, you put a little bit of labneh.
Yum.
Labneh, as you know, is strained yogurt from Lebanon. Well, I think there's probably labneh in other Middle Eastern countries, and it's really nice because, as you know, Shabnan, it's a texture that's very similar to cream cheese, I'd say. It's very
Yeah.
acidic,
It's
but it
delicious.
goes very well with the cucumber because we use this time around, we were using pineapple with the shrimp.
Okay.
We use cucumber.
Perfect.
And I do love the Lebanese cucumber because they have less water content, so they're crunchier. I personally feel.
Excuse me, monsieur. They're called,
So
excusez-moi, it's Persian cucumbers. They're not Lebanese cucumbers.
you know more than me. Sorry about that.
It's
You're
Persian.
absolutely right. Oops.
I'm teasing you.
Oops.
I
No,
only
that's
say
fine.
that
You're absolutely right.
as
But
the
there's a lot
Persian.
of people that say Lebanese cucumber. So
I know,
you're
but
right to say.
as the Persian in the room here, I have to stand up for my Persian cucumbers.
You're right about that.
Oh dear, we all try to claim it.
Yes. So this is the first step.
Yes.
And then you have the glaze. Oh, forgot the glaze. Geez. The glaze.
Rooibos.
Okay.
Rooibos.
Rewind.
Yes.
So while the meat is cooking,
Yes.
you have the time to prepare the glaze. So the glaze is 4 tea bags of 4 o'clock rooibos chai.
Got it.
You add some soy, honey,
Oh,
balsamic vinegar.
nice.
And since you're from Persia, we could also use pomegranate molasses.
Yes.
Have the same
Now you're
texture,
talking.
but it's a bit difficult to find, at least in Montreal. So that's why we're using balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Then a little bit of ground ginger
Yep.
and a bit of cayenne, not too much, obviously,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne for just that spicy kick.
Nice.
So it's the same principle. You bring everything to a boil, then you reduce to medium heat, and you add some cornstarch to thicken.
Nice. Very nice. Delicious. Delicious. And then you brush it on.
Of course.
I love that you're using rooibos because it's one that, when we talk about cooking with tea, a lot of people tend to forget about, but rooibos has such deep flavors and a sweetness that is really great for something like what you're doing. Yeah.
Sweetness like vanilla, almost
Yes.
like woody.
Yeah.
Then since you're from Persia, sumac. I like using sumac. It's a nice berry that brings some tanginess.
Yes.
And a little bit of white sesame.
Gorgeous.
And of course, here I'm using lamb, but you could use beef.
No.
or even turkey, ground
Sure.
turkey. Why not?
Yep. Why not?
You know.
Beautiful.
So
What a gorgeous
too,
plate. Yep.
and not too difficult to prepare.
Yep. Yep. Fantastic. Great options. And
The last,
yep, go
and
ahead.
sorry, sometimes I interrupt you, and it's because
It's okay.
my earphones are now working properly. So
No problem.
I hear you some parts, just so you know.
No
So
problem.
I apologize in advance.
It's okay.
The last preparation, Shabnam, is a cocktail, because what is a party without a cocktail, right?
Not one I want to be at.
So this is our take on the magic bar desserts. I don't know if you're familiar with the magic bar.
No.
No, it's basically a crust of graham.
Okay.
There's condensed milk. There's coconut. There's chocolate. There's walnut. It's one of the most decadent dessert. And my mom was doing that every Christmas, and she knew that I really liked that dessert.
Magic bar?
Magic bars. Google it.
I'm going to. I wrote it down. Okay.
Decadent. And it's a dessert that can be frozen, so you can eat throughout the year. It's really nice.
Okay.
So we're starting with simple syrup that I prepared with the white chocolate and coconut tea from our winter collection. So it's, simple syrup, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water. You bring it to a boil, added 5 tea bags, let it rest for 50 minutes, remove the tea bags. Simple syrup can be preserved for at least 2 weeks in the fridge.
Yes.
So you can make a big batch. And so I start with 1 ounce of the simple syrup.
Okay.
Then the dark rum.
Nice.
I love this rum, Brugal from Dominican Republic. It's especially for this, because there's coconut in it. I find that dark rum and coconut is just amazing. So this is 2 ounces of the dark rum. It's not over. And then half an ounce of chocolate liqueur.
Oh.
Yeah, this is from Quebec, but there's many other great
There's
brands
lots out
across the
there.
country.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
So half an ounce, because you want some chocolate.
Yep.
Remember, we're trying to inspire ourselves from the magic bars.
Yes.
And then coconut cream, about 1 ounce.
Okay.
And this is not coconut milk. It's really coconut cream. That's the one you're using in the pina colada.
Yes.
Because it's a bit sweetened.
Yes.
And creamier.
Okay.
And before the presentation, I rimmed the glass.
Okay.
With the simple syrup that I use as a glue, if I may say, with walnuts, because it's
perfect.
A reference to the
magic
dessert,
bar.
which contains.
Okay.
So forgot to put ice. Oops, sorry.
Oops, you need the lid.
Not good.
You need the lid.
Bad barman.
It's a good thing you're a good tea man.
What's that?
Good that you are a good tea man.
Yeah, at least. So I don't know if you can see.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
I
like...
forgot to put some ice. You could put it on ice, although it's already super frozen because there was a lot of ice in the shaker. Let me try it.
It looks
it's
like
Christmas after all.
It looks like eggnog.
It does.
You
know what? It's really like you put magic bars in how do you call that? Mélanger.
In a blender.
A blender, thank you.
A mélanger, yes.
Mélanger. It really tastes like, let me try it. Good.
Oh, wonderful. Delicious.
So this is it.
Fabulous, as always, and pure deliciousness. I wish I could taste with you.
You should come over.
I know. Well, Monsieur, it is always lovely. I was so happy that I got to see you yesterday and
Yes,
was
it was a
able to
pleasure.
hug
Always.
you and wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I give you a special one because I know you need it, especially this year.
Yeah.
And I wish you the very, very best going into the new year.
Thank you
And
so much.
Joyeux Noël et bonne année.
Joy Noel. Wish you the same and to your loved ones, Shabnam.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for
Thank
everything.
you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Ciao. Ciao,
Bye.
ciao. Bye. Bye. Ah, what delicious treats. Okay, I'm going to have to look up Magic Bar first of all in its original form. And then, you know that I'm making that cocktail. It looked like an eggnog, but obviously lots of delicious layered flavors. Alrighty, so I know that our next guest has equally deliciousness ahead of him. I didn't get to see our next guest yesterday, but he was on a call that I was on yesterday. And that's the lovely Kevin. Kevin is a British tea taster. He's been buying tea in Asia since 1989. He started his career as a tea writer for publications in the UK and the US and Japan. Over the years, his passion for the black teas of India has spread to the plantations of many other countries. In Canada, he's one of the owners of the Camellia Sinensis tea houses and tea schools of Montreal and Quebec City. He also co-authored the prize-winning book, Tea History, Terroirs, and Varieties. And, well, you know, if you're in tea and you don't know Kevin, you're not really in tea, is what I say. Hello, lovely man. How are you?
Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. Lovely to see you.
Great. How's the entertaining with tea
Well, you know,
going?
gorgeous as always. You know,
Yes.
you need to say hello to my nephew, Tristan. Tristan is in Germany, and
Oh, right.
Tristan is a loyal watcher. He's 9 years old.
Okay.
He is a
Hi,
loyal
Tristan.
watcher of Entertaining with Tea and Ice TV since the
Ah,
day that we started.
no
And
way.
honest, and is a converted iced tea drinker because of Ice TV.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So,
Hi,
there you go.
Tristan.
All right, Kevin, tell us what loveliness you're making for us today.
Well, I'm just down the road from Christian, as you know.
Yes.
And I thought I was going to do a cocktail, and then I thought, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I often do when I have a dinner party at home. At the end of the evening or at the end of the meal while we're still sat around the table,
Yep.
I like to do a few taste experience things.
Yes.
So we, as you know, we do a lot of pairing here. Christian was just talking about pairing for a few different effects that we're looking for. So as he was saying, we have the complement, we have the contrast, and we also have the harmonic bridge. So we've been doing, this is when you get this third effect of the sort of wow in your mouth when you put together things that work particularly well and have this sort of glorious illuminating epiphany in your mouth. So I thought, right, I'm going to choose a few of those that I know that work from giving classes and courses and so on and so on. This is something that I would do after we've eaten the meal, but we're still sat around the table, make some tea. So I've got some tea here, and I decided to choose one of our Wu Oolongs that just came in. It's been a splendid year in Wu this year. I don't know if you've tasted any of the fresh Wu's.
I have
It's
not.
been a particularly good year, one of the best years since 2013, I would say.
Wow.
And I've got one of my favorites, the Bairushan. Bairushan is one of the modern trendy Wu's, and as we all know, the tea industry is continually developing, continually improving. We're always in the golden age of tea these days because research institutes are at it and everything's moving in a beautiful way.
Exciting times.
Yes, so I'm doing the equivalent of a Bairushan, of a Gongfucha with my Bairushan. So I got 10 grams, 400 mil, 95 degrees, and I did a little 30-second infusion there.
Okay, super quick.
So what I'm going to do with my tea, now that it's made, here it is.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to serve it in a glass. The fun of serving it in a glass is for those grumpy people at the table that don't want to taste the tea. If you serve them it in a glass, you sort of deconstruct what their poor image of tea that they have, which
Okay.
there's still people around. And
I'm working on it, Kevin.
Yes, I know you are. You're doing a great job. And so instead of passing them this in a cup, I pass it in a glass.
Perfect.
Straight away, we've deconstructed that tea moment and we've taken it into a tasting moment.
Yes.
And people will more likely indulge if you serve in a glass. I have also some nice little sherry glasses at home. Sometimes
Beautiful.
I'll just serve it in
Yep.
that.
Yep.
It's a nice way to adapt what they are thinking. And I've got 3 different things that we do in our gourmet pairing sessions. I've got some chocolate, which is from Peru.
Okay.
One of my favorite. Oh no, this is a Vietnamese chocolate. It's called the Dak Lak, and it's from Vietnam. It's one of my favorite chocolates at the moment, and it works beautifully with the Bairisham.
Okay.
So easy to do. We use what's called the sandwich method, which
Yes.
doesn't involve making sandwiches. It's just tea and then chocolate in this case, and then tea. So
Yep.
you take a sip of tea. As we swallow, as we're still in the aftertaste, we go for the chocolate.
Mhm.
Let it melt. The mouth's nice and warm because we just had the tea.
Yep.
As we still have some chocolate in the mouth, just going towards the swallow,
Mhm.
you go back to the tea. And that's when you get the beautiful
The harmonica bridge. I mean, both of us immediately went to that place. So
these two work so beautifully together.
Okay, so hang on. I need to ask you a question.
Yes.
Not everybody has access to Vietnamese chocolate. So
No.
give
Okay.
people an
So a
alternative.
nice dark chocolate.
Okay.
Something with quite a tangy, fruity edge to it. Something
Got it.
over 70%.
Okay.
So that we've got enough chocolate. Preferably, if you can find chocolate that doesn't have too much vanilla added to it. There's a lot of chocolates have vanilla in the mix, and it tends to be a little bit overpowering.
Right.
Everybody kind of likes vanilla,
Mm.
but it does take away from the tasting thing.
Okay.
Okay, I know I haven't got much time, so I'm going to rush.
Okay. Go ahead.
My second one
It's my show. You can do whatever you want.
I've got a beautiful piece of 18-month-old Comté here. Yummy cheese from France. And I know that this one works really beautifully as well. So
Okay. So same sandwich method.
again, the sandwich. My mouth's nice and warm from the tea. I've got this beautiful long aftertaste. Pop the cheese in. It's a gorgeous cheese.
Delicious.
When I go back to the tea,
Yep.
it pulls the flavor apart, but it gives us this glorious third flavor that doesn't exist in either of the two.
Right.
Gorgeous complement. Really, really nice. It's a little bit like the perfect chutney with a piece of cheese or something like that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
My third and final pairing, which is always fun after dinner, I've got a scotch. So I'm going to have a little bit of scotch here.
Now I've done tea and scotch evenings with you, Kevin.
We've done tea and scotch together before, yes. So again, we're using exactly the same method. A nice warming of the mouth with the tea. Into the scotch while we've still got a little bit of the aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite beautiful because They work so well together. But when you go back to the tea afterwards, the tea tastes completely different because of the experience of tasting the other two beforehand. So it's a really nice way to have a little moment of focus based on a sensorial experience with some guests. It's not too complicated. Some people pay attention, some won't, but they're still consuming really delicious things. Whether they're in it or not. But there'll be a few people around the table that will get it, and you'll take them to a place perhaps that they've never been, which is, it's a nice little way to add a little extra thing after dinner.
I love that because, I mean, we talk about food pairings all the time, but creating a moment, which is what you're describing, right? So creating a moment that is, okay, you're kind of teaching people, but you're not really, like you're doing it in a roundabout kind of way by creating a moment during your social time, your social experience that you have. And I find that, the beauty of tea pairing is, as you've described it, you've got the gorgeous taste of the tea, you've got the gorgeous product, whatever it is, chocolate, cheese, scotch, right? You could enjoy those separately. But once you create that sandwich, it creates a whole third universe that wasn't there before. Right?
Exactly. And it does two things, apart from the fact that it wakes up your mouth and all that sort of excitement. It just gives you, it will bring people in to the necessary focus they need to just dive a little deeper into the flavor profiles, which is often, as we work in tea, it's often our challenge is to bring people into that space where they will just devote all their attention just to that moment. So when it's something new and novel, perhaps laid out nicely on a little plate, and bringing the tea perhaps on a little tray or in a special glass or something.
Well, it becomes
just
a course.
This nice little moment.
Yeah, it becomes a course, right? I think it was Cindy who a couple of weeks ago, she did a flight, right? A flight.
Nice.
And to me, it's very much the same idea, right? Where when you're entertaining, you can create a moment. It can become a course. It can become a whole experience that is unexpected.
Yes, something that they'll remember and something that they don't do at other people's dinner parties. Even
better. Well, thank you very, very much for that delightful experience. As always,
it's nice to pop in.
It's nice to have you pop into Entertaining with Tea. I don't know if you saw Victor earlier. He popped in from Kenya.
Oh yes, I just saw the end of him. Yes.
Victor was watching the show a couple of weeks ago. He caught it on a whim, and I messaged saying, "Come on!" So there you go.
Excellent.
Anyways, wishing you all the very, very best for the holidays, Kevin.
And
Merry
to you,
Christmas,
my dear.
Happy New Year, and a successful, busy few weeks in the shops.
Excellent. Yes. We're all set up, I think.
Good.
So let's see what happens. Now we just have to dive in.
If you're in the Montreal or Quebec area, go visit Kevin Camellia Sinensis is the name. If you're not in the area, they have all their gorgeous, fantastic teas on their website. So definitely go visit them there. Thank you.
Come visit.
All right. It was always good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Ciao.
Take care now.
Bye. See, now that's another approach on how you can entertain with tea. It's taking finished products that really sing and you can celebrate on their own and bring them together to create a whole new harmony. My next guest is Amanda Stella Harrison. Amanda is one of our certified TAC tea sommeliers and a passionate beekeeper. She has been on the program before, and I'm fascinated by beekeeping because I love honey, who also focuses on the spiritual side of tea and bees. She views tea as a beautiful elixir that can not only offer up amazing health benefits, but can teach you to sit and be present for a moment to heal and transform yourself in a profound way. She owns Wicked Botanicals, which is a manifestation and intention-inspired loose leaf tea company, which also offers honey and tea leaf readings. So it is lovely to have you on again. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you.
It's good to see you too. I'm excited to be back.
I'm so happy to have you back. We hosted our holiday lunch yesterday in Toronto, and everybody got a little bit of wildcrafted honey.
Yay! Yay!
Got to promote our honeys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Amanda, tell us what you're whipping up for us today.
So I'm focusing on dessert teas for the holidays.
Delicious. Okay.
So sweet and of course easy,
Perfect.
simple, not extremely complex, but absolutely delicious.
Okay.
So the first one that we are doing a Lucky Chai hot chocolate. So call it the Lucky Chai because we're the luck chai that Wicked Botanicals has.
Nice.
And luck is associated with nutmeg, which is an ingredient in this tea. So that's why
I didn't know that.
Hot chocolate. Yeah, nutmeg is a lucky ingredient.
Okay,
so
good to know.
To make this super, super easy, I'll just turn on my hot plate.
Okay.
So it's as simple as a liter of chocolate milk.
Okay.
And 4 bags of chai tea. So you take the liter of chocolate milk.
Okay.
And you essentially will heat it up on a hot plate or stove, whatever is the easiest for you. If I want to make just 1 cup, sometimes I'll just pop it in the microwave. But
I'm gonna make a public confession right now.
Listening.
I cook. Everybody knows I cook. I experiment. I do all kinds. It has never occurred to this brain of mine to simply warm up chocolate milk as hot chocolate.
Yeah.
When I make hot chocolate, it's milk, and then I put in
the powder. No,
I feel really stupid right now.
No, it's enlightenment. So it's not stupidity. You're having an enlightenment moment.
I am.
The aha.
I am.
Try it by yourself.
Of course. Why wouldn't it work?
You've had the aha.
Oh my God. Okay.
You don't have to do the powder anymore if you don't want to. Try hot chocolate milk or even hot almond chocolate milk. They have the dark chocolate. That's good too.
Okay. All right. See, I tell everybody I learn something new every time we do this. Okay.
That's part of the point, right?
Yes.
One of the things about tea is there's always something to learn,
always
new to blend.
Always.
We're just taking the chai. I use 4 because I like it spicy.
Yes.
If you want it too spicy, you can go down to 3. Right?
Okay.
If you're doing a single cup for yourself, nuking it in the microwave, just 1 bag for 1 cup.
Okay.
So I just pop those babies in there. And then I just kind of give it a little stir and I let everything heat up as it's supposed to. Now, with milk, obviously we stir occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom and do all of that stuff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do while that is doing its thing is I'm going to make the whipped cream topping treat for the
delicious. Okay.
So this is how I do this. So you take a silicone mold. Silicone molds and some whipped cream, and you basically fill your cup.
Okay.
I'm hoping I can do this all right on camera, but you fill your cup.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Okay. And then you take 2 pretzels. And then we take a couple of chips.
Making a reindeer.
Yeah. And then we just take
I knew right away it was a reindeer. I love it.
So immediately we're going to put this guy in the freezer. So here's the thing. Don't try and fuss with it or make it perfect. The longer you wait, the more it starts to melt. And it gets a little bit funky looking for sure. I was trying to make some last night because I was trying to do a bunch of them all at once.
Yes.
And that's not the process. Do 1, done, and put it in the freezer. So they look like this when you're about to pop them in.
Okay.
So I will go and grab one that's already done. And then we'll making our hot chocolate.
Love this. Love this. Okay.
And then when it is done, it obviously
It's perfect.
look at
It's
them.
perfect.
Now, just keeping in mind for the bloopers, if you let it sit, this is what happens to it. It just completely, I tried to use chocolate pretzel antlers.
Yes.
That's good, but you have to watch that the weight of it doesn't pull your cream down. So that's just a little bit of a show of what happens when you let it sit for a wee bit. You want
All
it
right.
nice, fluffy, and just popping it in like that.
So quick,
Well,
decorate into the freezer. Don't fuss.
don't fuss whatsoever.
Okay. All right.
And this will take about an hour to 2 hours to solidify, to harden.
Got
What
it?
I do is I'll do it the night before. If I know
Yeah.
I'm going to have hot chocolate the next day,
Yeah.
I just do it the night before and I don't fuss and think about it. So, but it will take about an hour or two to go solid so that you can actually.
What a fun way to decorate frozen whipped cream. I love it. Okay.
You could do snowman if you wanted.
Yeah.
Little decorations, these types of things. Okay. So generally, I will leave this to heat for about 5 minutes, right?
Sure.
5 minutes, that it's not too spicy, but it gives that right flavor and it's warm enough. And then I will just put the hot chocolate
Perfect.
into the cup. There you go. And then just to give it a little bit extra, I'll put a little extra whipped cream in
Of
it.
course.
It's a dessert. It's a dessert.
It's the holidays. You don't need to defend it, Amanda.
Yeah, you know what?
Celebrate.
I don't have to defend it whatsoever. It's my dessert tea. Makes me happy. Makes my soul good. I'm good.
Exactly.
So then
Don't
I
need
just
to justify it.
no need. So I just popped this little guy out of his
He's adorable. I
container,
love this so much. Oh, he's just gonna float there on top.
and then that,
Look at him.
there you go.
I love him. So I don't know if you caught what I was saying to Kevin before. My nephew, Tristan, who's in Germany, 9 years old, he watches. And I guarantee you he's telling his mother right now that he wants to make this.
This is awesome, and be creative with it too. Right?
Exactly.
Maybe you want to use candy canes as the reindeer antlers.
I love
right?
the snowman idea. Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
creative. You could do some
Yeah.
different. And then I'll
Awesome.
use the mate straw as my straw. That way,
Perfect.
hot
Okay.
chocolate starts to melt. You can scoop the whipped cream up and eat it.
Oh, gorgeous. Fun. Fun.
And then you can just wish on some luck for the holiday season with this guy.
With the nutmeg.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's dessert tea number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Now dessert tea number 2. Well, we had to go with the eggnog. The classic.
I love eggnog. I really do. Only over the holidays, but yeah, good.
Agreed. There's something that it's a cush time for it, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so what I will do with this is I will take a cup, and a mason jar is really, really, really handy to do this with.
Okay.
I steep Wicked Botanicals, the Maple Mania, maple and vanilla infused black tea.
Mhm.
I will infuse it in the eggnog overnight in the fridge.
Nice.
So I essentially will 2 or 3 teaspoons.
Okay.
Now, if you want it really maple flavored, and I'm going for the dessert tea, no justification
Nope.
needed.
Just do it.
I'm just doing it. So I will put 3 teaspoons in my mason jar. And then I simply measure out a cup of eggnog.
Yep.
And then I pour it in. And I give it a little shake.
Nice.
Put it in the fridge overnight.
Okay.
Leave
Okay.
it.
Yep.
Do its magic.
Right.
And then when I
Oh,
pull
look at the color.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
changed
this
color.
is the one.
Yeah.
See if we-
I do. Yep.
So then once again, easy peasy. Now you can, if you wanted to, while you are putting it in the fridge, you could use a hemp bag, a biodegradable bag,
Sure.
and put that in the mason jar and in the
Sure.
fridge,
Yeah.
or just put the way that I'm doing it, where it's as simple as
Strain it out. Yeah.
So, strain out my tea. And then top it off and make it look a little bit fancy. I will put another little bit of eggnog in a frother.
Smart. Okay.
And I found that the eggnog almost froths much more nicely than even just milk. So
It's the cream. It's the fat content.
Yeah, it whips it up really nice.
Yeah, that's why I anybody who says to me my milk doesn't froth up, I ask them what kind of milk. If you're using low fat, skim milk, almond milk, none of these things froth up the same way as milk with fat content.
Okay, well, I learned something new today too.
There you go.
I was like, this works. This is great. Now I know.
You need fat.
Yes. So I will just add a little bit of froth on the top. I'm hoping you can see that nicely.
Yes. Oh, what a lovely layer it's added. I see it. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And then what I do now is I will, to give it that extra maple ooh la la, is I will actually put a drizzle of maple syrup just on top.
Oh, gorgeous.
Just kind of graze it on there. Make a heart shape or whatever.
Nice.
Right? Add a little bit of star intention or what have you.
Mm.
And then because I have to add honey to everything.
I was just going to say, we've got to have some honey somewhere, Amanda.
Honey in there.
Yes.
So, once again, a little bit of honey drizzle on top as well.
Oh, perfect.
And then I'll just draw in something else as well to just give it a little bit of extra magic. Little heart, little star. And then I just top it off with some cinnamon.
Pretty drink.
And then a gold straw.
Gorgeous.
All right. So that's
gorgeous.
Maple Mania eggnog.
I love it. I love it. Sweet decadence, deliciousness, and easy. Easy. Really, right?
And sometimes the best things can be really, really simple.
That's it. Things don't have to be complicated.
No. Sometimes it takes just a moment of thought. Put some tea together, put it into something you can infuse overnight in the fridge, and then voila.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing those. Thank you for enlightening me that I could just take my chocolate milk and heat it up.
Yes.
Of course you can. So I wish you all the very, very best for the holidays. And a toast to you. Happy holidays. A very, very happy New Year to you. I hope you have a busy holiday season at Wicked Botanicals. People can find your lovely teas online. Yes?
Yes. At wickedbotanicals.ca.
Perfect. Okay. So get online, order some of her, Amanda's delicious blends to make these delicious recipes, which we'll have on our website. Thank you, Amanda. It's always good to see you.
It was my pleasure.
All right. You take care.
All right. Ciao for now.
Bye. Bye. Okay. A little bit of pairing, a little bit of savory appetizers, a little bit of blending teas with some seasonal flavors, and brings us to our last guest, and most certainly not least, and that is Han Lee. Han founded Tea Guru in 2003 in Montreal, Quebec. He's also the founder of the Tea Institute and Research and Development Center of Canada, co-founder of the Oishi Matcha Bar and Espace Zen by Tea Guru. Han is third-generation professional chef and passionate about everything related to gastronomy and taste, and embraced his origins by specializing in tea. He studied tea in China and Japan with various masters, as well as with the Global Japanese Tea Institute, and has been working as a tea master according to authentic and ancestral traditions for more than 20 years. It's always lovely to have Han on. Hello, how are you?
Hi, good. You?
I'm great. Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Wonderful. So tell us, what are you sharing? How are you entertaining with tea?
Me, what happened is that during the holidays, we Asian eat so much. because we're from here, so we eat Asian food and Western food during the holidays. Like it's crazy. Everybody's bringing their own potluck.
Yeah.
And it's just too much food. And of course, being here and all, people tend to bring red wine and drink. But I'm with kids. I have to drive far to go meet up with the families. I can't always drink red wine, not that much anyway.
Yep.
So I gotta find an alternative. And likewise, when my guests come to my house, it's the same thing. We don't want to get them drunk, and then I can't go back. So what I like to do, and in fact, this is something that I've been doing even during my wedding, is that I will substitute at some point in the night red tea. Red tea is basically black tea but it's made in Asia, so we call it red tea. Mm-hmm. And the color of the tea is reddish. So that means that when you drink this, pass out as red wine. So nobody bothers you, especially when you drink it with a red wine cups.
Clever.
Yeah. And, because you're in the mood of festivities, so you don't want to drink something that is off flavor. So red tea, especially the latest generation of red tea from Japan, what they call the wakucha, is really suitable to drink in substitute of red wine because it has this lily flower taste, aroma, a little bit of astringency, like red wine. And of course, with the liquor and all, it just blended perfectly. And then once in a while, you can switch back to a little bit of alcohol if you wish to. But in the meantime, nobody knows.
Perfect.
So, for example, let's make a little fusion.
Mm-hmm.
With all the smell in the house when you have a feast, sometimes the smell of the food is overwhelming. So having this hot, savory tea that started to fill up the room, it really changed the vibe, the mood of a party. Like instead of smelling like meat and roasted stuff, now you sell something flowery, warm. And it's not coffee because, sometime in the nighttime, you don't want to drink too much coffee neither.
Yes.
Just because you have to stay awake. Tea sometimes is much better.
Great alternative.
That's what I like to do. Like lots of my family members, they marry Canadian people. So they will serve coffee during the night. But then after that, they can't sleep. Then I bring this tea to them during the festivity. And then suddenly everybody's switching to tea.
Of course, it's delicious.
Exactly. And it's more healthy.
Exactly.
And all. So we can steep it strong or light, however we like. But the liquor is always much more comforting. This one is a little bit more in the gold hue pink.
Very nice.
But we can make it stronger. And then,
beautiful.
Like this.
Beautiful color.
Yeah.
Beautiful color.
So, you walk around the room and you cheers people like that.
And nobody knows. It's perfect.
Nobody knows exactly. And of course, the aroma, you convert people for a healthier habit.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I say this, I've said this a lot before. We should, especially with entertaining or iced tea or whatever it is, use your other glassware. You can use martini glasses, champagne glasses, coupe glasses. There are so many options.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to do traditional ceremonial like I usually do,
of course,
that's very good.
But
during festivity, if you want to convince other people or you just want to drink tea at different situation, this is really the best way to go.
I love it.
I mean, the wine glasses was designed to enhance the experience of the flavor and all. It's not like out of nowhere.
Exactly.
So it's really perfect. Yeah.
Why not for tea? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Good. Okay.
So that's one thing you can definitively do during the holidays. On the other hand, when you eat too much, you drink too much, it's too late for you, you're done.
Yes.
What we like to propose, and this is an Asian thing, is that we like to drink pu'er. Pu'er is a fermented tea. So post-fermentation creates a lot of enzyme that helps to break down the sugar, the alcohol, everything from the liver down.
Mhm.
And so Asian will always drink lots of pu'er during holidays. But on top of that, what we do here is that we create a blend that has some citrus, some ginger, and osmanthus flower.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. So this blend turns out to give you a taste that is more similar to a chai. But the pu'er being what it is, it has that earthy mushroom special taste. But with all that citrus and the ginger to it and a little flower of osmanthus, totally doesn't taste like pu'er. So you can serve this to anybody. When you make this tea, it really, really just makes you think of a chai. That way, it's very comforting, and you don't have to only drink this during the holidays. You can drink it anytime you want.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, it's pu'er, for those of you listening, has as Han said, it's got a lovely earthiness to it, which is delicious. And I totally agree with you, Han. Ginger does really, really well with the pu'er. There's a nice balance of flavor that happens there.
Exactly. And the thing about this is that during holidays, you will abuse of everything, including your health. Like, you will underdress, you're running around, you're acting crazy, you will catch cold. Okay. So this blend with all the citrus, the ginger, it's all those antioxidant, vitamin, and all the elements that's going to help you to have less of a chance to catch cold.
Yes.
And with that strong ginger taste, but not specifically like a chai, like Indian spice chai. Yes. So it really goes well even as a latte. So you drink this on its own, you add it with milk, sugar, however you like. Yes. And then it's just comforting.
Delicious.
Of course, when you overeat or you overdrink, there's nothing better than this.
It's a nice balance, right? For all the overdoing.
Exactly. So the tea, and then, you can add a little bit of sugar if you want to. Give it a stir. Add your milk, and then you have your latte. Like, don't need to overthink. And it really, really, really reminds you of those spice chai tea, like masala and all.
Oh, delicious. Wonderful.
Just like that, so comforting. Especially with that little citrus note to round up everything. Amazing. And of course, don't forget to not use cow milk, because that will turn.
Yes, because of the citrus. Of course,
exactly.
Yes. Of course, because of the citrus you added. That's a good tip.
Exactly.
Very good
vegan milk, the best. And there you go. This kind of two type of way of drinking or tea is really, really what the Asian will do during holidays.
Well, I think that we should all be doing over the holidays, because quite frankly, we all overeat, as we should. It's the holidays. And over celebrate and just over everything. And having a nice balance is good as well. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Han. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
I raise my cup and I say happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays to you and your family also, and to everybody else.
And to everybody else. Thank you, Han. Bye. Take care. Bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another season of Entertaining with Tea. Again, some really great tips and ideas. And I think that one of the things that we saw this year, which was, there's always something new from everybody, but one of the things that we saw this year was also this idea of just taking tea and entertaining with it, elevating it. And that could be putting it into a wine glass, as both Han and Kevin did. It could be doing a flight, the way that Cindy had mentioned to us before. But also it could be, doing a lovely pairing and creating a moment for your guests while you're entertaining. There are so many different ways of cooking with tea, whether you put it in your savory foods, whether you put it into your desserts, or whether you make a mocktail or a cocktail or just a hot beverage out of it. I hope that you've enjoyed some of our segments. I hope that you've enjoyed the recipes that we've shared with you. And I hope that you've gotten a little bit of inspiration. All of our episodes you'll find on our YouTube channel with the recipes below. You can always, don't forget, go to our website, and if you click on either the eat or the drink section, you will see the lots of food and drink recipes. Tune in or read or click on to rather our Sip magazine. We always have loads and loads of recipes and ideas in there as well. And I wish each and every one of you a really, really happy holiday season, a very, very Merry Christmas, and health and goodness for the year ahead. Cheers to you all. Thank you.